Hi guys, welcome back on day 2 of Codeless Presence. Today we are going to discuss domain names and hosting. So yesterday we discussed to have a website, what are the things that we need. So it turned out that we need a domain name and we need some hosting space. So that's what we are going to do today. So before starting, I would like to recap for the last day. So we understood yesterday that Chrome sends a request to DNS, which sends back the IP to Chrome, and then Chrome goes to a server with that IP and gets the HTML of that particular website or domain name. So that's the whole process. Let's start for today. So first concept that we are going to discuss is TLDs and subdomains. So TLD stands for top level domains, and subdomains is kind of domain which have some prefix to it. So there are two examples. Here we can see Microsoft.com and Google.com. So these are top level domains, and similar to these, there are some other domains, mail.google.com, where we have Gmail and support.microsoft.com. So this is the site for Microsoft enterprises. So as we can see, like Microsoft.com, we don't have any prefix. We can ignore the www here. So anything other than www, if we put in TLDs, it would become become a subdomain. So that's the main difference between subdomain and top level domain. These kind of concepts are used when we are hosting our website, and we can come across these keywords. That's why we are discussing these. So when we are going to buy a domain, so let's try to buy google.com. Okay, if we go to our browser and if I open up bigrog.in and I try to buy google.com. So it says it's unavailable. So for example, I see, let's say your name is Satish. So Satish here, Satish Chauhan. Okay. Satish Chauhan wants to buy satishchauhan.com. Let's see whether it is available or not. So it is again unavailable. Now question arises, where are these domain names? Who own these domain names? So if we want to know the owner of the domain name, we can use a service known as Whois. So Whois a service which helps us to identify the owner of a particular domain. So let's go there and try to find out who owns Microsoft.com. So here we are on Whois. Let's say I am trying to find out Microsoft.com. So over here, I can see this is the registrar info. Mark Monitor is the registrar for this. What does it mean? It simply means that Mark Monitor is a service provider for registering domains. And who is the owner of this domain? We can see over here. So registrar data is domain administrator of Microsoft Corporation. So which is in Redmond in US. So that's how we can find who is the domain, who is the owner of a particular domain. This services generally comes handy when we want to transfer a domain which is very important to us. For example, if there is a business with name VeriSign, let's say VeriSign, and it has huge amount of businesses services flowing across it, But verisign.com is mistakenly or knowingly somehow is bought by someone else. So verisign.com can know, or anyone in this world can know, who is the owner of that particular domain, and then can ask them to release that domain or transfer that domain to verisign. So these kind of things comes handy when you are having a very big business and you want a certain domain, but that is quite costly and not very easy. So generally we should have a look on the available domains, that particular domain is available or not, and just try to register it and go with it. So coming back to our presentation, so we use Whois service and we try to find out who is the owner of Microsoft.com. And it turned out that this organization, which is in Redmond in US, owns Microsoft.com domain. Okay. Now let's talk about hosting. What are different types of hosting? So you must have heard, like, there are many types of hosting. People use different terms, like dedicated hosting, VPS hosting, or shared hosting. So mostly what happens when we are sharing the same server with multiple websites. For example, I own one website and you have also bought one domain, and we are hosting those domain on a single machine or a single server. Then this kind of hosting will be known as shared hosting, because we are sharing a server, right? And after that comes dedicated hosting. It would be like, I have bought a domain, then i'm I'm serving that domain using one server. So I'm the only one who is using that server. In that case, it is known as dedicated hosting. Then again, there is one complex kind of hosting known as VPS hosting, which is virtual private servers. So um, we use multiple servers to launch one website, or we use multiple server to serve one single website. That is done because there might be some instances when where one server goes down. So here we can see there are 6 servers. So if any one server goes down, the remaining 5 will keep serving your website. So these kind of settings are used when very high availability should be there for your website, like Facebook, Google, and others. So these are different type of hosting. But now we have one question: what kind of hosting we should buy for ourselves? So here is a matrix which says so many things about different type of hostings. So when we are using shared hosting, the resources that we get are kind of okay. But in case of dedicated, we get all the resources because we are the sole owner or the only user of that particular machine. In case of VPS cloud hosting, that is kind of 4 stars. Now, seeing all this, what happens? Shared hosting is the cheapest one because it is shared between multiple parties for different websites. So this is quite convenient for the starters. So in this uh, in this workshop, we are going to buy a shared hosting for the starting, and then we'll see if we need uh, more servers or bigger servers to serve our websites in the future. So also, not only that it is quite cheap, it is also very simple to get through it. We will get all the settings done for ourselves. We don't need to set up servers and all those things. In case of dedicated and VPS cloud, we need to take care of servers also. So that's where shared hosting is a big plus. So very simple to use, and we get kind of okay resources and quite budget friendly. And one issue here is this kind of hosting is not very scalable. For example, you can think if we have one machine, and on that machine we have deployed multiple websites. So the performance of that website would be a little on the lower side. And that's where dedicated and VPS cloud hosting comes into play. So if you want very fast websites, um, highly available websites, we should use VPS cloud. But for our case, we will go with shared hosting because we are learning how to get things done faster and in a budget friendly way. So now question arises from where we can launch, we can get the domain and a server. So there are two well-known organizations or well-known companies. Um, First is GoDaddy. GoDaddy is kind of biggest player in in this arena of serving domain names and hosting. And then there is one Indian counterpart to that, known as BigRock.in. So we can use any one of those, but I would suggest we are going to use, and you should also use bigrock.com, bigrock.in. Fine. Why? Because of this. We have partnered with BigRock and got 30% off on hosting plans. So these coupon codes will be available for you. If you want to have a .com for 399 INR, you can use this coupon code, and we are happy with that. Fine. So let's see how we can buy domain and as well as hosting. Okay. So I bought one domain today, and at that time I created a video. I recorded my screen so that I can showcase you. I will not buy in real, but um, I have recorded it couple of hours back, so I'll show that to you. Okay. I think you can see my video now. A video that I recorded over here. Can you see that? Can anyone confirm?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is the video that I created. So I'm going to bigdog.in and I landed on the front page. From the main menu, I selected hosting and then I clicked on Linux hosting. So for now, I'm selecting a starter package. Over here, we can see there are multiple packages offered by BigRock. One is advanced, one is pro, and one is cloud hosting. So these are the same things that we discussed a couple of minutes back. So cloud hosting is the most powerful one, but for the starters, we are selecting the starter one. So in this hosting, we are going to host only single one website, and then in case of advanced, we can host more websites. So let's see this. So do we own a domain name? No, we don't own it. So we are going to register that right now. So codelesspresence.com. We don't need this code card and site lock and everything. Now it says codelesspresence.com is available, but I want to buy a dot in domain because it refers to India. So that's why we are going to buy dot in. Now I have selected dot in domain. So here we have pricing and all that. I also added, it also added shared Linux hosting for 1 year. So this is our, hold on. Over here, you can use the coupon codes that we shared with you. Now I'll just check out. So after that, it's a standard process. On BigRock, I'll create one account after this. Okay, I'm going to click on next. Here, I'm not an existing user right now. I'm creating a new account. I'll fill my details and after that, password and confirm password and all that. Here are the billing information. They need this information for their records. So my phone number is there. Um, Now I have created the account, and it will take me to payment option from where I can pay the amount. So here I have different options. I can pay from PayPal, or I can use credit card or some other option. I just uncheck the renew automatically feature. I don't want to renew my uh, hosting and domain automatically. I'll do it manually. BigRock will send you emails when your domain or hosting is about to expire. So here it will take the billing address that we filled on the last step. Then we are going to continue on that. After this, it will take my credit card information, and once I put in my credit card information over here, it will take me to my bank's website, and there I would be asked for my OTP that I receive on my mobile. So the transaction is in progress right now. Basically, bank is paying to BigRock on my behalf. Now BigRock says your purchase is complete. So that's how we purchase a domain name. So I'm going to close this video, and we are going to go back. Now I'm coming back to our presentation. So when we have bought domain name and hosting, so what to look out for, I will just tell you briefly. Okay, so you will receive one email from BigRock, which would look like this, that we have purchased single domain Linux hosting. Okay, so these are the different things, like we have got 20 GB disk space, 100 GB bandwidth. So these are all technical details you can ignore for now. And here one important thing is that we get in this email is username and password. So when you will buy, you will get those as well. I have not included those in this slides because anyone should not use it. Now once we have bought our domain name and we have bought our server, we bought both the things. Now what we need to do, because when we are going to type uh, codelesspresence.in in browser, it will connect to DNS. Now we need to set up our DNS. How it can be set up, we'll go there. But in this email that we get from BigRock, we will get the name of the domain name servers. So these are two domain name servers that we get from BigRock. And after that, we need to find out this section. This is a crop image from that email. So here my domain DNS servers are ns1cpst-2 bigrockservers.com. Now, how to manage DNS? We are going to get this done through our account on bigrock.in. So I'll just log in on BigRock. Okay. Here I have option to log in. So once I log in, I would see all the orders that I have purchased from BigRock. So I purchased two things. First is this domain name, and second is Linux hosting. That I did today, by the way. And this will expire on 2022 because I purchased it for 2 years. And Linux hosting is being purchased for 1 year. So we need to click on our domain name. Once I click on domain name, it will open up this panel. Okay, so this is domain registration. Now here we see manage name servers that this domain name uses. So this is the management of DNS. So DNS of codelesspresence.in is this one. I basically when I bought this today in a couple of hours back, what I did is I came here, I deleted all the entries and copy pasted this thing, these name servers over here, and clicked on update name server. So that's how we update our DNS. So here we can say our DNS is updated now. One important thing to note is, when we make changes in DNS, they will not reflect immediately. They may take kind of 6 to 36 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less. But this is a standard that it might take 6 to 36 hours. Now, how do we access our hosting space? We have bought the space, we got the domain, we have bought the space. Now we want to see where we can put our HTML files, because to have a website we needed three things, if you remember. First was domain name, second one was hosting, and the third one was one HTML page or some other thing that can be served over internet. So let's go to this URL. So if you notice this URL, what is there? codelesspresence.in/cpanel. So whatever domain that you buy, you can do /cpanel to it, and you will land over something like this. Okay, so put your username and password. This username and password we will get in this email. Okay, that I have not included in this email. So we are coming back over here. Once I log in, I'll come over here. So don't get disheartened by so many options. There are there are exactly two features of this panel that we are going to use. Is first is file manager. Okay, another one is database. Okay, this MySQL databases. So we are not going over there today because that is something that we will see later on. Fine. So this is how I can see what is the overall features I have got with the domain from BigRock. Okay, from inside file manager I can see what are the different files. Okay, we will be hosting our file over here. Okay, so this is the index.html. If you remember, we talked about HTML, right? HTML looks something like this. So it says come back soon, this website is under construction. So if I go to codelesspresence.com or codelesspresence.in, so it will say this website is under construction. So this is the HTML that we are getting from here. Let's say we change it, this website is under construction, this under construction. Okay, only this much. After that we are saving this, so we refresh it, and here we get the changed. Now coming back to our presentation, we have seen how to set up DNS, how to access our hosting. We are good to go. Now we need one HTML file, right? So this is the same question that we discussed yesterday. What do we need to launch a website? Domain name, that we are done with. Hosting, that also is done. HTML pages. Now we discussed that this whole workshop is for non-techies who don't know how to code, or might be but we are not going to learn HTML or any of the technology that is involved in making websites. We will use a system known as WordPress that is going to generate HTML and different kind of stylings, pages, links for us. Okay, so that we'll do tomorrow. Okay, so for the day we can say we are done with purchasing domain and hosting. We also saw how we can set up our DNS. We also had a look on our hosting space. What are the things that are being provided with our hosting when we purchase it from BigRock? And I would suggest that you go to this URL, and there are a couple of questions, not many. Uh, just have it test on yourself and strengthen the understanding for all the things that we discussed today. So every question has 1 point, and you will get your scores as soon as you submit this quiz. Okay. The I see that most of the people are present today, but we will upload the video of this this webinar on YouTube on our channel. So we'll see you tomorrow. If anyone have any question, they can ask.
So I have one question. When you buy a domain, there are two options coming. One is India, another is US. So which one I should select?
It depends on you. What happens when we are purchasing domain names? We will get a real machine which is placed somewhere. So it may be um, India, it may be US, or some other geographical location. So we selected US because we generally get we are thinking that most of the traffic will get from US.
Yeah. Okay. So if I want to start a business in India and my mostly customers are from India, then I should choose India as a reason.
Yes, definitely. And you should do that because when a request comes to a DNS server, and after that it takes a to and fro from Chrome to the hosting server, what happens? Your hosting server will send back the HTML generated to Chrome browser. So it should happen very fast. The nearest the server is, the faster it would look like. So if I am taking HTML from Mumbai when I'm sitting in Delhi, it would be much faster. Instead, I'm taking HTML from somewhere from California or Australia.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I have one another question. Uh, Let me ask you. Give me a moment. I just forgot what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's say if I already purchased a domain from another, you buy a hosting and domain from BigRock, and let's say I have a domain that I purchased in the past. Then how can I proceed? So can I purchase a hosting from the same from the same where I purchased a domain, or I can change the hosting as per the pricing policy?
Yes, that is possible. How it works is you get a domain name, and with that domain name, you will also get the DNS management panel. So that is available through BigRock, available through GoDaddy or any other service provider that you are going to buy from. Uh, you can change the DNS to the hosting provider. For example, if I bought domain from BigRock and I want to host it with GoDaddy, or I want to host it with HostGator or on AWS, I just need to update my DNS that this domain name is available on this IP. See this, you remember this diagram. So if I change
Yes, yes.
DNS settings, like my domain is on 888, this 888 can be anything. It can be HostGator, it can be AWS, it can be Azure, on anything, whatever you can think of. So that's how this works.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
I think we are done for today. Thank you everyone for coming. So we'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we will start with WordPress, how we can install it and configure on our hosting that we bought today. Till then, bye bye. Don't forget to have your test and let us know what did you score.